Texas woman accused of mowing down man on first date with her Porsche blamed her expensive designer heels.
Sentencing will begin tomorrow for a woman convicted of hitting and killing a man who was on a first date in Montrose. We've been following the tragic death of Joseph McMullin since 2023. He and his date were walking along Westheimer when Kristina Chambers, who investigators say was driving her Porsche at about 100 miles per hour, went off the road and ran over McMullin. A jury convicted Chambers of manslaughter today. She faces between 2 and 20 years in prison.
Good evening. In this edition of Women versus Accountability, a woman blames her shoes as the sole reason her car jumped the curb, fatally striking a man out on a date night. Well, we're sorry we didn't believe you from the very beginning, ma'am. What were we thinking? Dragging you down here to this courtroom in front of all these good people? You know what, officer? Throw those no good murdering shoes in lockup and leave this woman in peace to nurse her delusions. A wealthy Texas woman. Texas, aren't you tired of it always being you? You in Florida are like bookends at this point. Allegedly struck a man on a first date with her Porsche while heavily intoxicated, but claims her pricey Louboutin heels are to blame. So if these boots were made for walking, I guess heels are made for crashing. On the morning of April 19th, 2023, that was a Wednesday, Kristina Chambers, now 34, was allegedly driving her blue Porsche 911 Carrera at 70 miles per hour. Different sources say it was 100, but we can be sure that it was in excess of 70 miles per hour when she struck Joseph McMullin, 33, as he was walking from a Houston donut shop with a woman on their first date. According to a news release from the Houston Police Department, Chambers was driving westbound near Voodoo Donut when she failed to maintain a single lane and struck a curb, the release alleges. Now, Porsches are most widely known for their steering and their ability to take turns. I don't know exactly how that would factor in for someone who's drunk and most likely high out of their mind, also trying to corner at 70 plus miles an hour, but I figured I'd throw it in there. The impact caused the vehicle to leave the roadway and strike McMullin on the sidewalk before eventually hitting a pole.
And where that curve is, if you don't turn, you're going to go up on the sidewalk, and the car wasn't going to make the turn. It was going too fast. I knew it wasn't going to make the turn, and then it was coming at us. Joe wasn't doing anything wrong. He wasn't speeding. He wasn't drinking. But he doesn't get to have a 34th birthday.
I ain't gonna hold you. She looks like one of them making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing, I'm homebound. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Sing along, kids. Staring blankly ahead. That's because she's drunk and coked out of her mind. Her vision's impaired. Pay attention. Just making my way, making a way. Yeah, she made a way all right. Plowed straight through another human being, through the crowd. If there was a crowd, I'm pretty sure she would have bowled a strike. It's incredible how that song still holds up, isn't it? McMullin was thrown 30 feet in the air. Damn, prosecutors said. The Houston Chronicle reports paramedics pronounced McMullin deceased at the scene. Chambers and 2 passengers in the Porsche were transported to local hospitals. McMullin was a good guy taken too soon. His date, Brianna Iderino, told Fox 26 they could have been married by now. We don't even know. It's funny how an idiot can change the future. Chambers, who police allege showed signs of intoxication, was arrested and charged with second-degree manslaughter. She pleaded not guilty. Did they separate her in the shoes and make the shoes walk a straight line and give the shoes a breathalyzer also? During her trial, which began on Thursday, October 16th, prosecutors alleged that officers found small bags of cocaine, little Snow on the Bluff, little Curtis Snow, in the backseat of Chambers' car and in her purse. The Houston Chronicle reports prosecutor Andrew Figliuzzi claimed Chambers dined at a Houston restaurant before hitting 3 bars on the night of the crash. Did you think of taking an Uber or a Lyft or something? Per the Chronicle, allegedly downing at least 6 alcoholic beverages and using cocaine. Chambers had a blood alcohol content BAC of 0.301, about 4 times. How was she even conscious? About 4 times the legal limit, and that was about an hour after the crash. So it was higher than that, authorities said, the Chronicle illegal reports. She allegedly drove her Porsche at speeds of up to 70 miles per hour. Once again, other sources say it was 100. He claimed because she was itching to show off her sports car, Fox 26 reports. What's wild about all this is if you weren't responsible for this man's death, then who was? You were driving, weren't you? How can you sit there in that man's family's face with a BAC 4 times the legal limit and cocaine in your system and tell them that it was just some sort of freak accident? I guess being rich means never having to say you're sorry. And why is she dressed like she just put a pie on the windowsill? I don't believe this woman has a wholesome bone in her body as long as she could sit up there with a straight face and make excuses like it wasn't her fault. Calling the crash a freak accident. You were high, you were drunk, and you were speeding. You were going way over the speed limit, way over the legal alcohol limit. That is not the definition of a freak accident. Chambers' defense attorney, Mark Thiessen, told the jury that Chambers' Christian Louboutin heels got stuck on the gas pedal and led to the crash, according to the Chronicle. The precarious bend in the road made matters worse, so it's the road's fault now. He alleged, you see where all this is pointing to. This is one, or not pointing to. This is one of Houston's most dangerous curves, Thiessen said. McMullin's family has also filed a civil lawsuit against Chambers, seeking $1 million in damages to compensate for the loss of their son. Online court records show Chambers faces 2 to 20 years in prison. That's a 20 with a 2-year stip. That 2 years is too low a number if convicted. Her attorney did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment. Of course, I love to hear your thoughts on this. I love to hear your opinions on this. They say friends don't let friends drive drunk, but what if all your friends are in the back plastered just like you are? Wouldn't that be kind of hypocritical?